Hello, my darlings. My name is Victoria, and this is Veritas Tarot. Sagittarius, I am going to do your spring reading for you this afternoon. First of all, I wanted to say thank you so much for all of your patience whilst I have been away from the readings. Some of you may know that I had COVID, but I am feeling so much better now, and I'm looking forward to doing this reading for you today. Thank you to all of you who have sent me such lovely messages during this time. I am so grateful, my darlings. Thank you. I am reading today for those that most need to hear the messages. If the reading resonates with you, it is simply that you are remembering what you already know. We are all our own gurus. And these messages, if they are in divine timing for you, you will remember what you already know. If the reading doesn't resonate, my darling, it simply means it wasn't a message for you at this time. There'll always be a reading out there for you at exactly the right time as guided by spirit. My little Chihuahua Daisy is about to take her leap of faith. No, she's not. She's looking at her mama, maybe to me to do it for her. Anyway, so I'm using the major arcana of my Witch's Wisdom Tarot, and I'm going to be asking, how do you feel about yourself right now? What is it you're most wishing for? Advice from spirit, and if you were to receive that advice and shift accordingly, what the potential outcome could be, because we're all energy, and as energy we're shifting and changing all the time. Excuse me just 1 minute, she's desperately wanting to get down. Just 1 second. Managed to do it by herself, actually. So, and then I've also got my, what have I got with me? I've got my light seers, my sun and moon, which I'm feeling for you today, and my spirit song tarot. So we will see which one wants to come out. And there's lots of cards here, so there are lots of messages here for you today, my darlings. Anyway, let's see how you feel about yourself. How does Saggy feel about themselves at this time? For those spirit that most need to hear these messages, thank you. Saying that one, it's that one. There we go. Thank you very much. So you've got maze on the bottom of the deck, and you've got healing. So I'm going to talk about the maze card first of all for you. You're feeling a little stuck, a little, what's the expression? Thank you, I'm getting it. A bit of trepidation about what your next steps may be. Maybe they're going to take you in the wrong direction. And that's okay. Remembering that whatever you're feeling right now is exactly how you're meant to feeling. If everything is as it should be, then what you're feeling right now is okay as well. There is no wrong feelings. There are no right feelings. It is all as it's meant to be right now. There is a storm there, and it's still there within you. So there are still some heavy energies around you, but it is clearing. That's why the storm has come in, to clear those energies, to remove them. You know that lovely feeling that we get after a storm, where it feels kind of lighter and brighter, and there's a sort of freshness in the air, and that's what spirit is saying is coming in for you. Spirit is also saying with this, trust that your higher self, your instinct will guide you. Now, your higher self, your instinct, is the essence of the universe. It's God, it's the universe. That is our soul. And it's within you all the time to tap into. We have become so conditioned to not trust ourselves, to not listen to things that come to us. We feel that it's maybe just our imagination. It's just those random thoughts. But those random thoughts and those imaginations, when we allow ourselves to be in a space to hear them, to receive them, you always find you get those thoughts when you're either doing something that's repetitive, that sort of chop wood, pour water thing, where you are not overthinking. And that's when those thoughts come in, and Spirit's really asking you to trust them. And also to let go, literally to let go. Stop trying to control this situation, whatever this situation may be for you. When we sometimes look to do it our way, we're getting in the universe's way. Literally, our way is getting in the universe's way. And Spirit has given me a wonderful way of saying let go and let God, and that is the woo way. And so we do it the woo way, not our way. And the woo way is simply this. The easiest way of expressing it is to act in accordance with the way that things are, not trying to force anything along, not trying to push anything along, to do as you feel it's right to do. So to do it when you have that inspired action, when you have those inspired thoughts, those creativities within you, that's your creative expression, is your soul talking to you, but not to try and fit a square plug in a round hole. If something's not working, let go of it, because just maybe that is the universe saying to you, that's not for you at this time. There is something else, but you, until you let go of this, you can't hold on to this, or you can't receive this because your hands are full, literally. So the Wu way is to act in accordance with the way that things are. And if you don't know enough, don't do anything. But act from inspired action and baby steps, always going with that sort of fluidness as well. And to remember that we are human beings, not human doings. So to just be, again, we've been conditioned to think that we have to do all the time in order to achieve, and that's not how it is. It's actually being able to receive. It's actually sitting in a space of having faith over fear, knowing that we are where we are, exactly where we are right now, for a reason. There is a reason for it. And in doing that, we're letting go of resistance. It's about existing, not resisting, to accept you are exactly where you are, even if you don't understand it, for a reason. And it's okay to feel the feelings that you're feeling. And there, as I said, there's nothing wrong with those feelings. There are no wrong feelings. There are no right feelings. They are exactly as they're meant to be right now. There can be wrong actions based on those feelings. But this is a moment for you to trust that although you may feel a bit lost or a bit of trepidation, that's okay. That's how you're meant to feel at this time. And maybe it's giving you that pause, that stop, where before you might have been charging ahead. So you're being asked to stand still at this time. And then you've got the healing card. I put that on the bottom of the deck. You've got the healing card here. So this is why you've been asked to stop, because it is important at this time that you have rest, that you have time of reflection, you have time to let things go, you have time to sit and receive healing, guidance, insight from yourself. This is a time of non-action for you, and a time of patience as well, because this is one of our great lessons. You know, we kind of feel with our way of doing things, we want things right now because we feel it's right for us. But trust the universe, trust your soul. It's your best friend. And it knows exactly when that divine timing is for you. And sometimes other things have to form, come into play, exist, move, shift, change in order for what it is that you are looking to manifest in your life to come in for you. And these dandelions on this card here, do you see, some people consider dandelion weeds, but they're incredibly beautiful and they're incredibly amazing in the way that they just allow the winds of change to take their seeds to the next place they're meant to be. And that's a big message for you, to allow the winds of change to take you where you're next meant to go, with no resistance, to go with those winds. Even sailors tack with the wind, even if it's taking them in the opposite direction, they always go with the wind. And the dandelions are also a wonderful way of expressing, you know, to manifest is to blow on that dandelion and to send your wishes into the wind with the trust and faith that they will land where they're meant to land, just as things in nature are exactly as they are so. And we don't ever question that, do we? So I'll come back to that again, but that's how you feel about yourself right now. And I am, if those of you that are doing this already and feeling this already, then this is a confirmation for you that you're doing the right thing. For those of you who are having difficulties getting to that, this is just a reminder about letting go and having some patience at this time. I'm going to look at what it is. I'm just going to take that card out because we've done that card. I'm going to look at what it is you're most wishing for at this time. Thank you, Spirit, for Sagittarius. Too many cards. Thank you. There we go. I wanted to come out. Healing again, the Star card. Those that this reading is resonating with are going through something deeply transformative at this time. And sometimes when things are incredibly uncomfortable and painful for it, it is the most beautiful time of transformation, because we begin to really truly listen to what we're feeling, and we come into an awareness of how we deserve things. Uncomfortable times, painful times allows for more self-love. It allows us to stop and start to consider what's best for us as well. This card is, you're looking for insight, you're looking for a purpose. It's like kind of what the next steps are on your journey. And Spirit is saying it's a reminder again that the most important thing for you, and you're looking to heal, you're looking to move forward from this. And this is wonderful, because in being willing to do this and not just go back into where you were before or repeat the same cycle to cover up the pain, you're looking to release this pain, release this, to heal from it, to feel stronger, to feel lighter, to feel more understanding of yourself and others, to understand both your dark and your light, which allows you to understand others' dark and light as well. And Spirit is saying, because you are looking to do this and sitting within your emotions, this is the water here, there is this, you see the trickle of the little waterfalls there. This is the start of this amazing shift and change, which is allowing those things you're looking to bring into your life to come in. Now, one of the ways to help you release this pain, this hurt, is not to ignore those feelings. And this is what you're not looking to do. But I was given something the other day, which is really rather beautiful. And that is, if you sit in your feelings and you actually feel, you focus on the physical feeling rather than the mental anguish, you focus on the physical feeling and remove the context of this mental anguish. That physical feeling is the worst you're going to feel. It is this mental anguish, this context gets added to this is where we feel sometimes overwhelmed. So allow yourself to sit in those feelings and breathe into those feelings, breathe into those hurts, whatever that is inside of you, you want to release. And then imagine trying to remove the context of your mind, imagining it as you're breathing in and breathing them out. You're breathing in the peace, you're breathing them out. And if you run from those feelings, if you try and hide them up with something else temporarily, they'll always come back. They'll always surface again, maybe in a different situation with a different person. But things that we haven't released, things that we're conditioned to be triggered by, will constantly reappear until we actually recognize them for what they are. And for the most part, when we get triggered, when we get hurt, it is because we are conditioned to respond a certain way to a certain situation or a certain event, because that's what we've done all our lives. And you can control your feelings by the way that you detach and recognize them for what they are. And they are not sometimes as scary and as fearful as you might feel simply by looking at the physical feeling as opposed to the physical and the mental anguish together. So I hope that's helped you. If you haven't had, if some of you are thinking of having Reiki or other forms of healing, this card always tells me that should be so. That is something that Spirit is saying, do go and do that. I do have the most amazing Reiki lady, if you are interested, and get in contact with me. But this is a beautiful time. And sorry, there's one other image in this card that's just jumped out at me. It's the dragonfly. So the dragonfly here is another reminder just down there of letting go, My darlings, it takes so much energy. I used to hold on really tightly, and it takes so much energy to hold on to something. And if we hold on to something so tightly, we smother it. It can't breathe. So let go. And in the moment, and as many moments as you feel that feeling of letting go, and it feels like peace, it feels like relief, it helps you shift. It brings in that. You don't realize how tightly strung you can be if you're holding on to something. But if you accept that you are exactly where you are meant to be right now, even if you don't understand it, then you are existing. You are being as one with everything. You're allowing it. You're not resisting. And in that place, It's where the magic happens, because you are then able to hear and feel and know things because you're connected. You're allowing yourself to be connected within yourself, as opposed to looking for something outside of yourself to cover things up. And if you're looking for something outside of yourself to make that the center of yourself, you're never going to find peace. I hope this makes sense for those that this is resonating with. This is quite a deep reading for you. So do you know what I didn't do? I didn't pull the other cards for you. So obviously I wasn't meant to, but I am going to pull a card for you with the sun and moon for this star card about what you most want. Thank you, spirits. Flow now. Clarity, Ace of Swords, clarity, insight, clearness, lightness, a way to communicate that is different maybe from how you've communicated before. And that's the wonderful thing is, you know, you can't control what is happening. If you can't control what's happening, you can control how you choose to respond. And sometimes how to respond to something is to do nothing. The power, the empowerment comes in not reacting to something that's triggered you, because then it is just egos combating with egos and nobody is listening to another. But to detach from it, first of all, to observe it, keenly observe it and think, how is this helping? What's it trying to teach me? And then to respond from a place of understanding. And when you do that, then you receive the clarity that you speak. You evolve as you speak it. It's not so much how the message is received that's important as how you speak it, because you are having almost a conversation with yourself. And the words that will come out, if you respond from an appreciation of yourself, an appreciation of where the other person might be, an appreciation of the connection between you and this, I'm talking as if this is with somebody, but I'm feeling this is, and an appreciation that there is underneath all of this, there are two souls who are giving gifts to one another. So I want you to look at that and I come back to that star card about sitting in your emotions, feeling them. What is it that is their soul's gift to you? And what is your soul's gift to them? Because there is always within our lives necessary contrast and conflict. But at a higher level, there is a bliss point above all that. And I think the best analogy of explaining that is within us ourselves. We have cells that are constantly fighting one another, at battle with one another. But we are at a bliss point above it, and they need to do that in order for us to exist. So there is at times necessary conflict and contrast, and nothing is ever standing still, ever. It's always evolving. Nature's always evolving. We're all evolving. We're of the same source energy. And it is with trying to hold on permanently to something, that demand, that permanence for happiness is the greatest cause of unhappiness for us. So it's about existing, not resisting, just trusting that you are being taken on a path, on a destiny. It has a purpose and it may make you feel uncomfortable, but it's all okay. So that's the Ace of Swords for you. Let's see what Spirit's advice is. Thank you, Spirit, for Sagittarius. Listen, okay. Asking that, but only one came up upside down. There is people around you, whether this is grandparents or somebody you truly respect, there is a message or messages there for you at this time. God, the universe, always sends help, like the cavalry, at exactly the right time that we need it. And this person has, and this is in spring, do you see that the snow is melting here? And they come bearing flowers as well. And they have had an extraordinary spiritual quest in their life. They may or may not know it, but they are full of wisdom. And it is ancient wisdom. It is divine wisdom, as we all are. But they have reached into their souls at points in their lives. And how they will speak to you will be a message that you need at exactly the right time for you. It is also the card of family. And if this is resonating with you with something to do with family, I want you to try and look to forgive a past trauma. When we look at our family and we go back generations and generations and generations, each and every one of us has had a childhood. And that childhood is can create within us a lot of conditioned behaviors. And our parents had a childhood and their parents had a childhood. So a lot of conditioned behaviors can go back generations. And one of the ways to have, sometimes it's really impossible to be happy about something, but you can still be at peace. And it's an interesting thing. It's provided that you kind of let go of what you're trying to hold on to, resistance, whether that's anger or resentment. And if you can look to now forgive your present moment, as in, okay, I'm not quite understanding why I'm here, but I'm understanding I am exactly where I'm meant to be. And if you can forgive that present moment, then you don't need to forgive the past in the future, if that makes sense. There is nothing then to forgive in the future. And forgiveness is one of those, and if you're looking at the past now, forgiveness is one of the biggest acts of self-love you can ever do for yourself, because you are releasing that energy. You are not saying, I am hurt because of that. You are saying, I'm releasing this because I am not that story anymore. And actually, I'm grateful for what I have learned from this. I'm grateful that I have made shifts and change, and I know my values. I know what's integral for me because of the experiences that you've gone through. So look to think about, who are you? Who are you today because of yesterday, because of the past? Look for the positives and the feelings of gratitude in all of this. And it is empowering, my darling, and it allows for a huge amount of shifts within you. Let's have a look now to see one more card. Advice from Spirit. Thank you. Three of Pentacles. It is creating this this forgiveness, this detachment, this observance, this accepting, existing, not resistance, is all creating a really amazing, not just a foundation for you and grounding, but you know what? A new creative awareness, a new creative expression within you. It's going to give you a different focus, a different joy of life, a different desire, because our creative expression is that individual representation of our soul's physical journey. We are souls having a physical journey. And every time we have original thought, enthusiasm, desire, things that make us go, yes, I really want to do it. This is what I love to do. That is your soul speaking. That is your soul representing itself each and every time in that moment. And it feels good, doesn't it? So Spirit is saying, as you are releasing the hurts from the past with the understanding that people act from a place of pain or conditioning themselves, and it's nothing personal. It has nothing to do with you. Everybody's relationships to another is entirely based on the relationship they have with themselves. And this is going to allow you to free yourself up for your own creative expression, which is unique. It's unique to you. So focus your story now, your attention on what it is you want your next chapter of your life to be, not what you don't want it to be, and not on the past. Pull the plug on that as much as you can and focus your energies now on your creative expression, on the unknown, without knowing what's coming in for you, because that's the magic of the universe. Because sometimes we're not told what's going to come in for us for the most part, because then we get attached to it. We're like puppies not wanting to let go of that toy. So focus on the unknown, focus on the creative unknown, knowing that the unknown is allowing for all sorts of beautiful possibilities, limitless possibilities for you. That should be your focused intent now. And doing it the woo way as well, doing it the woo way, not the old way. So, and I am suddenly seeing paint here as well. So many of you are artists in your own way, not necessarily just artists who paint, but whatever you do, you are very gifted with that creativity. And that's an important message for you to really appreciate yourself with that too. So, and now I'm going to look at what Spirit could say if you made this shift, kind of outcomes coming in. Remember that as we shift and change all the time, when I read, I don't like to read. It doesn't feel right for me to say this is going to happen and this is going to happen, because that can all shift and change in a moment, depending on how you shift and change. So that's why I like to read about where you are energetically now, and then the advice to help, the messages to help you remember, to help you resonate, to help you make that shift within yourselves in order for whatever it is that's waiting for you to come in for you. I hope that makes sense. And again, there is no timings. You know, we created time. This will all happen in divine timing. So bottom of the deck, the sun. This is happiness. This is the balance of giving and receiving. This is the inner work, the inner healing that has happened within you, bringing you that place of peace, sense of peace, connection with yourself, connection with almost source energy, following your soul, your intuition, your whatever it is that is you feel is your life purpose. And you are able to offer so much love and light to others because of this. So that's the sun card. That's a beautiful card. And then we've got initiation and shaman. And this is really interesting. I'm feeling that you're going to step into, I just want to show you these two cards. So you've got the shaman card here. This is like sound bars, listening, teacher, healer, a light worker. And then you've got the initiation card as well here, number 2, which is about making decisions as well. So this is the sort of outcome. I feel that with the reflection of everything within yourself, the shifts and changes that you're doing, and this sort of almost, you're looking at yourself here in this card, okay, and it's sort of looking at it's like washing your hands, kind of, that's it, that's done. You've let go, letting go of the past, taking a journey, whatever that journey may be for you, with the foxes there that talk about being able to see over problems and obstacles and understanding they're all a chance to evolve effectively. And you've got here the crow on top of your head with the hat. And what I'm feeling with this is the universe is just saying here, you know, the crow is the keeper of secrets. There are some secrets they want to keep. They want to be this surprise and delight for you. The hat is sort of, you know, wherever you lay your hat, I feel like you have this free spirit and you will be doing some traveling, but it's also about what you need to take with you, what you're going to leave behind, what needs unpacking as well. And to recognize that for the most part, our disconnect with ourselves and our disconnect with others comes from kind of society-induced fears, our own fears taught to us by ourselves and by others as well. And you are the universe experiencing itself. And the essence of you is about letting go of that self-doubt and be open to receiving what it is that's coming in for you. And this is beautiful because this is the sort of outcome. You're going on this journey. And I feel with this and the sun card at the bottom of the deck, which was about healing as well, is that you're coming to a place where you're going to be able to help others. Your soul has signed up to be one that is to be a light worker, a healer. We don't heal another, but we trigger in another the ability to heal themselves. But you're going to be doing something that is beautifully worthwhile for you. And you're going to have the time to allow that to happen. I'm just going to pull one more card for that. Thank you, Spirit. You're going to work hard at it, the 8 of Pentacles, which has popped out for you here. And Prudence talks about just baby steps, baby steps, baby steps. Don't be in a rush for this. It's all coming for you, and it's something, it's like these little hearts coming off this ivy. It's something you're committed to do. Maybe you're going to get involved in Reiki. I'm looking at and thinking about the heart chakra. And the more you release and let things go, because of course we come to an understanding and appreciation of things by experiencing things and being willing to look at how we feel about it and responding to those feelings and releasing them. And if we don't, we just keep repeating the same patterns in our lives. And this is why you've got, again, the Star card, and you've got the Chariot. So that's two major arcanas. So be at one with your emotions. I'm getting that expression from Spirit. Be at one with your emotions. That's the Mermaid. There's something very magical that's happening at this time as you're going through this. This is always temporary. It's always temporary. Everything is always changing second by second. And there is abundance everywhere for you. That is your birthright, to be joyful, to have abundance. But they're asking you to continue to release things that do not serve you anymore, that have been a weight to carry around. And whoever gives you the next advice, you remember that card we got about maybe going to see somebody yourself, or reading something, or listening to something, go and do it, because there are messages there for you. This is your universe, and there are messages everywhere. You just have to hear and be willing to see and listen. And you know this. And everything, my darling, at this moment, I'm receiving that thing about the omniverse. Everything, the omniverse is all that is arranged in a metrical rhythm. And you're not apart from this. You are part of it. You are all that is. You are the flow. You are the stars. We are all the essence. And it's only that society-induced conditioning that's told us that we are not of it, but we are of it. And that's the extraordinary thing. And then you've got the Chariot, the wonderful Chariot card. And one of the things I love about the Chariot, it reminds me of the sort of analogy about if you had a rhino charging down the road at you. This was the universe bringing everything to you through that path of least resistance. What would you do? You'd get out of the way of it. The universe is looking to bring it to you as fast as it can, but you have to let go. You have to step out of the way of it. You have to trust it's coming. As above, down below, it's done. Interesting. So first time I've ever seen a crab in this card, and the crab is the moon. The crab is facing your fears. The crab is, you know, sometimes the journey will take you a little bit sideways, and maybe not the way you're meant to go, but the crab will always, it sort of makes that journey and knows it's that instinctive path that it's following. So I think that's wonderful. And I'm feeling one last card for you is coming from Spirit Song. Thank you. Walking away, 8 of Cups, walking away, my darling. Quest and renewal. This is a spiritual quest. You've got to let go now, something. Oh, you'll feel so much better when you've done it. Just let it go. Let it go and know that if it's meant for you, it'll come back. But if your birthright is joy and happiness and peace, then trust that whatever is coming in for you because you've let something else go is going to be that. And then you've got this wonderful traveler card, the Fool, adventure and potential, freedom. The gazelle, just like the crab, jumps sideways. So don't expect the journey to be straight. Expect the unexpected on your journey. You've got this Sun card behind, which talks about and letting go. The stuck energy that you have with the past is not as powerful as the liberated energy that you will feel if you let go. And that liberated energy, if you project, where attention goes, energy flows. If you project that energy forward into the unknown, that is where there is a venture. That is where there is a potential for you. That's where there's freedom. It's a beautiful, beautiful reading. And lastly, you've now got the Ace of Pentacles, the Panda here. So this is this divinely timed gift, offering, something that you're looking to manifest. It talks obviously here about prosperity, but this panda is on the bridge of change. And you've got to walk that bridge. You've got to embrace the change that's happening, embrace it all. Yeah, and that, you know, you were building the Three of Pentacles. This is the start of that Three of Pentacles for you. So if you've been waiting for some lucky break, the panda, you know, is kind of like it's like, I think it's seen as sort of luck as well. Please tell me in the comments. But if you've been waiting for that, try and let go of the weight, just accept it's happened, act as if it's happened, and it will come in for you, but it's coming in divine timing for you. I'm really, really delighted for you, darling. It's been as I said, a difficult, uncomfortable time for you, but now you've got this extraordinary new adventure, new possibilities, potential coming in for you, and embrace it all. So I will do your next reading within the next 2 weeks. I'm looking to do sort of every 2 weeks, do the star signs again. Now I'm back. But in the meantime, I hope this reading has helped those that it's resonated with, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. In the meantime, take care, my darlings. Lots of love. Bye-bye.